What's up, everybody? It's your girl Mooch, and you tuned into the hottest college radio station, WLJZ 107.1 FM. And I'm here with the hottest artist straight out of Brooklyn, New York,
Oh, yeah.
HD. What's
Oh, yeah.
up? What's up?
Doing well out here, getting that good old Southern hospitality. You know what I mean? Spending the time with you guys, amazing. Thank you for having me.
No
Yeah.
problem, no problem. We like the city boys out here. We like
Yeah,
that. We like
for sure,
that.
for sure.
So, first things first, how was it growing up in New York, Brooklyn?
Well, the time that I grew up in, it was very, very rough. So my parents were definitely, adamant about me staying on the block. But, curiosity is crazy. So you want to, see what's around the corner, and you want to see who's at the park, and you want to see what your friends are doing, especially if you're around people that's older than you. You get a conversation. So you're like, I want to check that out. So, yeah, rough. But, for me, thank God I was lucky enough to just stay out of the atmosphere where things were happening and taking place. You know what I mean? That was, brutal. So, yeah.
What separated you from that, though? Because you did get into this stuff,
Yeah.
but you could have.
Yeah, could have definitely. It was
What was
at
that?
my disposal, but I mean, just people around you, just like warning you, like that's not something that you should be involved with. Like I've always wanted to, like I said, be involved, but it's like you have everybody around you, like that's not the right thing for you. You got something else going for you. You know what I'm saying? So I think that was the biggest thing for me. So I think everybody that was in my circumference that was just like kept reminding me. And it's funny because like I felt some type of way, like when you trying to like be a part of trying to be down,
And people
nah, it's not good for you. Like, nah, I could be here. Like, what you talking about, man? I could hold my own. You know what I mean?
Was it? What you think it was?
They saw something that I didn't see at the time, at that age. I think it was the gift. I think it was the talent. I think it was the poise. I think it was the character, of me. And they had respect for my family. You know what I'm saying? Because my family didn't want me to be out there doing X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy
So,
stuff.
yeah, exactly. So, yeah.
I agree with that. I had them figures too. I think everybody did. I like
Yeah.
that. So, where did your music come into your life growing up? Where did music first come into your life growing up?
So I definitely want to say around like 10, roughly, when I could like really process music. And where I grew up at in my household, soul music was enormous. Like you wake up to soul
old
music.
spirit.
You go to sleep to
school.
soul music. You get your behind whipped. You go to
Clean
sleep
up
to soul
soul music.
yeah,
You
clean
doing
up
everything
soul
to
music,
soul
right?
music.
So for me, like that was just a natural thing. Like just being in the house and the music just grew on me. You know what I mean? Like I knew I had something for it, but it just grew on me, and I became like emotionally attached to it and spiritually attached to the music. And so I think it was just natural for me to pick up like patterns and structure and melody and things of that nature and understanding like the meaning of it. And I think as I grew older and I knew like, okay, I could, I'm good at literature, I'm good at poetry. I started to put things together, and then you share with the people around you, and they're like, oh, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? So you grow and you grow and you grow, and then you start to study. You know what I mean? And then it just becomes more of like
meanings behind
exactly.
stuff.
It just becomes natural. But yeah, so around that time, around 10, I would say, being able to process the music the way I wanted to, and then my aunts were big on that because they would sing to me, you know what I mean? Like play around, but like sing to me, you know
So
what I
they
mean?
got talent. They can sing too.
I wouldn't say they.
The point
I
is
wouldn't
just
say they
the
could sing, but
principle, though, of
it's like they were involved. Like if you know what I mean, like if Aretha Franklin came on and my aunt was singing Aretha, she would like look at me and like like
that
yeah,
does
like
something. Yeah, me
it
and my
does
mom
something
used
to
to do
you.
that with Denise Williams.
Denise
yeah.
Williams, you know what I mean? So I think just the passion for it, and so again naturally I was like I like that, I feel it. I feel it. You know what I mean? I feel.
That's what it
what's
takes
going
to
on.
feel it first. Because you gotta want it. It's the passion.
Right, it's the passion. So yeah.
That leads into my next question, y'all. We've been here talking. We did
We gonna be
the
here.
whole
We
interview
gonna be here.
before.
We gonna be here.
So, your aunt's name.
Yeah.
For everybody who don't know how to say it, this is how you pronounce it. It's Fresco.
Yeah, Fresco.
Fresco. Now, at 8 or 9,
Yeah.
you went and won a cipher.
Yeah.
First of all, why didn't you want to go do it? Because she had to push him to do this
Yeah.
interview, y'all. Not the interview. She had to push him to do the cipher when he was like 8 or 9 years old and won. This is
Yeah.
New York on the block between.
Yeah.
This is some real New York stuff, y'all. The names is
Yep.
Putnam.
Putnam.
That's
Putting
some
them
real
in.
New York stuff.
I think it was.
Why didn't you want to do the
Downey?
cipher?
So I think I want to say I was shy. I was timid. I was young, and I'm looking like all these older people around me, and they're using profanity, and they got drinks in their hands, and at that, like I had so much respect for adults. I mean, in that era, you had to have respect. You know, you
Yeah.
couldn't just come out the wood like, oh, this is what you know what I mean? So Fresco was like, nah, you good. Like, go ahead and do it. You know what I mean? And I was like, I don't know. And so when she's doing that, I'm like, I don't even have anything like that I could really say right now. Like, I need my book. You know what I
Right,
mean? Like,
hold on.
hold on, I need my book. And so she was like, nah, you good. Do it. And I caught the rhythm. Like, everybody was like amping me up too. Like, they see how I started amping me up. I'm like, all right, cool. And then I don't know what I said. I can't really like,
It
fathom
made
what I
their
said.
jaws
It was,
drop though,
yeah.
didn't it?
It was just like, they were like, oh, like the reaction was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And so as they were reacting to it, I'm like, oh, I'm still going. You know what I mean? I don't know. I could have been saying like some bull crap, but
It's lit
I had a
coming from an 8
pattern.
or 9-year-old.
Exactly. And it had a pattern to it and had structure to it. And I think that was the reason why I got that reaction from those people. And they were all family too. So they were
Oh,
like,
that's dope.
so yeah, that changed my life. I think that changed my life. And, when I went back to the block, because I always told my friends, I was like, one day I'm going to go at the school, I'm going to join that cipher. You know what I mean?
Oh, so it was a program. It's like a group.
This was just something that would happen like in the hood. That's
they
it.
just bust out.
Like everybody
Everybody
got their cars out, the doors open, windows down, drinking, they playing the music, you know what I'm saying? They rapping. And like I would tell my friends like, yo, one day I'm gonna actually, they like, nah, you're not gonna be in there. Like you ain't ready for that. You know what I'm saying? Like they way too older for you. They like watch. And so that day was crazy. Like it just happened. You know what I'm saying?
did it.
And I did it. Changed my life forever. Yeah. I think that
is
moment changed my life.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's when you really fell in love with music.
Yeah, for sure. That's when I really fell into
Do you
like,
still remember the first song you ever wrote?
Oh man.
First song you wrote.
I think the first line was, I said, I'm chilling in Clinton Hills, something like that. I think
Clint Hill. That's something.
that's
New
the
York
neighborhood.
related.
Yeah, that's the neighborhood.
New York stuff,
something like
serious
that.
stuff.
I don't know. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay. So, but you did confirm that putting them in. That was the streets,
Putting them
right?
in Downing.
The
Putting them in
streets.
Downing. Yep, that's the street.
I got
The
some
two
crazy
blocks.
street names.
Yeah,
That's
putting them in
crazy.
Downing.
Okay,
Yeah.
so back to your past with you coming up, starting your music career and
Yeah.
stuff. I know, like we discussed off camera too, you had a lot of sacrifices.
Yeah.
What are some, if you don't mind sharing, what are some sacrifices that you know that you had to wind up making to make it, to get this far?
I would definitely say time, because, obviously for me, my mom wanted me to take a different approach because of the music. There's a lot of sacrifices, and things of that nature. So she wanted me to take more of the go to school, do this, and then you can come back to it. Keep it as a side thing. And I don't think I was mentally ready to keep something that I love dearly to my heart as a side thing. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do this to the best of my ability, and I'm gonna be overly serious about it. And so I had to, time. Like I couldn't spend time in school the way I wanted to. Like, or when I was in school, in high school, matter of fact, everybody is, listening to the teacher, and I'm in the back of the class writing raps, and my math teacher's getting mad at me. He like, yo, what are you doing? Like, and then it reflects on the grades. It reflects on your attendance and things of that nature. So, yeah, that had a lot to do with your time. You know what I mean? And then spending time with the people that you do like to spend time with, you know what I'm saying? Girls, etc. Having fun outside. Like everybody on the block, I'm on the step writing rhymes, you know what I mean? So, and it was a lot that was going on in my life at the time, which is still, but, I wanted to incorporate everything that I was going through in my raps. So that's why it was really that important to me, because I was expressing my feeling, what I was going through. So everything, nothing was important except music. Like, that's it. And we didn't have no distractions back then. You really didn't have it wasn't no social media, no nothing. So like you had time to like really focus. Like like I remember there were times where I would be on a train, coming home from school, literally be on a train like writing raps, have my dictionary out, have my book out, and just writing raps, walking down the street with the CD player. This is CD player time, like
and the jeans and everything, the whole
this is
busting
CD
out
player,
whole circle
like
right
yeah,
there.
no, I'm dead serious. CD player in your hand, writing raps. I'm at the laundromat, I'm writing raps.
Skipping,
Yo,
everything.
it was crazy. Like the compassion I had, at that time was crazy. Like drive myself nuts, stay up wee hours in the morning trying to figure out the right lines. You know what I mean?
Right
Like,
lines.
yeah. So
would you say you got better with your time now?
yes, for sure. But definitely time is something, I sacrifice, and relationships, family, you know what I mean? They want to attach to you when they see the growth and they see that you are in these realms of success and things of that nature. And you may not be there in that realm where you can be like, here, I can take care of you now. You know what I'm saying? But they expect that just because of what they see.
What they see.
It's what they see.
Oh, you got it. No.
You got it. Yeah, yeah. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to, we maintain it. Let's it's a bigger picture.
It is.
And when you don't, offer right away, then it's like a iffy thing with them. So it just, then you see the disloyal, you see the disloyalty, and, you got to pay attention to that. You know what I mean? And then for me, it's like, okay, I need to like step away from that picture. You know what I mean? That's
How'd you
important.
learn to differentiate between that? To know how to, all right, you on a long stick, maybe you more closer.
Yeah.
How'd you learn how to differentiate that?
I think you just gotta believe in what your energy tells you. I think that's huge, to being able to differentiate. You gotta be able to just listen to what the universe is telling you, and you gotta watch actions, and you gotta watch movements, and what people say. You gotta pay attention, and you gotta take advice from other people. You know what I mean? Because you may not see it, but they will, because they already know how you are. Like my boy is close to me. My man Shawin, he's close to me, so there may be things I don't see. He be like, nah, bro. Nah.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, you sure? I think that's
You
that
think?
person. Yeah. Nah. Nope. Don't do it.
Nah.
So yeah, you gotta have people like that. You gotta have people that's gonna be brutally honest with you, blunt, and have you in their best interest. That's extremely important. And those who are gonna sacrifice for you. That's another thing. People that are willing to sacrifice. And if you see that, then it's real and it's genuine. For
Genuine
real.
people. That's
Yeah.
all I want. Genuine people around
Yeah,
me.
genuine people with good energy.
Speaking of your crowd and stuff, what does each person mean to you? Like, what are they all? Because we talked about this off camera. They ain't gonna believe us.
They're
We
not
done had
gonna.
the whole
Yeah.
interview. But what do they all mean to you?
Family.
Family.
Family, definitely. A machine. A powerful machine. Great spirit. Everybody contributes in their own way, shape, or form. Everybody has
And
their
that's what matters.
exactly, and it's not like everybody gets in each other's way.
Everybody got a lane.
Everybody has a lane, and what sets us apart from most is that nobody is a boss here. You know what I mean? We're not boss. We're leaders. Everybody is their own individual leader. You know what I mean? We all have our own components of what we need to take care of. There's not one person who's higher than the other. I never see myself like that. I don't like that. I don't like the idea of a boss. Like, I tell you what to do.
Would you say that's a problem for a lot of entourage with other people?
That's the issue.
Yeah.
That's the issue, and that's not good. Because you don't have to. You can delegate without pointing a finger. You know what I'm saying? I think the leader role is what's important, and being able to build relationship and understand communication is essential. That's essential.
Communication is the key.
Yes.
And I say that in everything.
Yes. And in addition, being able to disagree and agree with one another is very important as well. And being able to move forward, even if you are disagreeing. You know what I'm saying? That's really
Agree
key
to
as well.
disagree.
Agree to disagree.
That's my favorite line in everything. Agree to disagree.
That's essential. Definitely.
I agree. I feel like we as human beings can acknowledge that we know everyone is different.
Right.
We're not going to agree. So just agree to disagree.
Right.
That's in a respectful
Right.
and a relatable way. You can just end anything. If I know you feel that way, I feel this way, let's just, okay.
Right, for sure. And you got to compromise. You got to be willing to take calculated risk, compromise. That's important. Really important. Yeah.
It is. It's very important. Okay, God. He spoke through you just now to me. Okay. I know.
Preach.
Right? God, look, all right. You've been doing this since you came in here. Okay.
Yeah.
So who would you say, you got any music influencers, or would you consider yourself your own?
Yeah, so one, I'm going to start with the individuals who were in the cypher that day. Because that.
Oh, that's dope.
That changed my life.
That's dope.
Now,
do you remember them, or would you say just as a whole, just individuals?
Faces, because names right now for me is
okay,
like,
faces.
Yeah, very difficult for me to like remember now at this point. But yeah, so I'm gonna start with them, and then I would say the people in my household, my parents, and my aunts, my cousins, and things of that nature, the music that they were playing, and then as I started to really study and become a student of music and of hip hop, then I started to branch out and like, okay, what's this? Who's this? You know what I mean? Who's Wu-Tang, and who's Jay, and who's Big, and who's Nas, and who's M, and then I started to go off and Big L, Big Pun, the list, KRS-One, and oh man, Big Daddy Kane, and the list goes on. I mean, obviously everybody that contribute to the hip hop culture. Then I started to go out and say, okay, this is hip hop. I love music, soul music, you know what I mean? Aretha, Tony Braxton, Stevie Wonder, Anita Baker, Denise Williams, you mentioned, man, the list, Deborah Cox, I mean, the list goes, I mean, Mary J, I mean, like, the
Yes,
list goes
yes.
on and on and on, like, that I'm inspired by permanently. Then, like I said, student of music, I listen to classical, I listen to rock, I listen to, you know, country,
See,
I
I
listen
like
to everything.
that. I like that.
Everything.
I like that.
You
Most
know?
people always got that one genre.
Yeah,
You stretch
yeah,
that. No, because you
yeah,
got a student of
yeah.
music. You've got to know.
You got to know.
It might be a cello that sounds nice on that
Yeah.
beat. You don't know what cello
Yeah.
sound like. So,
Exactly.
yeah, I like that.
Exactly. Matter of fact, recently I had an experience at an orchestra, singing an orchestra at the Philharmonic in New York. Amazing. Amazing.
Make
Live
you wanna cry,
instrumentation.
probably make
Put you to sleep a
cry.
little bit too.
They bust out them violins. I be ready to
No, I'm telling you, after like an hour, 30 minutes of that, you be like,
30 minutes. Oh, they going for that long?
yeah, yeah.
I didn't know orchestras was that long.
They play for a minute. Yeah, symphonies. Yeah.
Straight music, no
Yeah,
breaks.
they take breaks too, though. They take breaks, and then you go back and you sit down again. But I'm telling you, you definitely snooze a little
I
bit.
need some words.
Yeah,
Something.
yeah, I'm telling you.
Something,
But that was
something.
great. So just being a student of music has inspired me. Prince is my all-time favorite.
Prince.
Yes, my all-time favorite. Michael, but that's my guy. But Prince is my all-time favorite.
Remind me that. Just remind me that after the interview, because remind me.
Yeah, Prince is my all-time
Prince is your
favorite.
all-time favorite. Prince
That's
is your
it.
all-time
That
favorite.
solidifies it right there for me.
Okay, I got something
Yeah.
nice. I got something nice. That's nice.
That solidifies it. Yeah.
So I noticed your music's very versatile.
Yeah.
Like we just said, I like that.
Yeah.
Why is it so important to you that your music is versatile? That is different.
I think, well, the reason is because you want to be able to branch off and do certain things. You want to be able to combine the genres naturally and to find different sounds. Because, like you said, there may be other. If you stick to just one genre, you're only gonna, confine yourself to just that. And so when you start to create your craft, you're gonna just create that, and it's never gonna diversify. It's not gonna grow. There's gonna be no growth in it. Like I said with Prince, the level of growth in this guy's music is phenomenal. I mean, to tap over to, rock and, a little bit of country, a little bit of this, a little R&B, a little bit of funkadelic, like everything, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I do listen to so many different, forms of music. And also I read a lot, you know what I mean? I study books a lot, I read the dictionary a lot. Like I'm always reading.
Oh, so you're a student at heart.
Yeah,
of
of literature,
music,
you know what I mean?
everything.
I'm a student of literature, you know what I mean? Langston Hughes, Edgar Allan Poe, Maya Angelou, I read very vividly. Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my man.
Yeah, and there's
right
more.
there.
And there's so
My
many others that I
man.
read, but like I'm a student of the culture and as a whole. I enjoy it. Yeah. Yeah.
Good. I like that.
Sure.
All right. So, how do you keep so much energy during your performances? Is it coffee? Is it Red Bull?
No.
How do you keep so much energy?
Alcohol. No, I'm kidding.
He's joking.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That's not good.
No,
that's
but
not.
like serious, that you
No.
not the motivation, because it's all
Yeah.
it's your passion.
Yeah.
But the energy, like I know it's hard. You're always so busy. How do you keep it?
The drive to be great, I think, and to want to do well. You want to be, I mean, obviously it can't be perfect, but you want to shoot for perfection every time. And so that's when the nerves come in and things, which is okay. That means you're on your focus. I think the energy from the crowd, the energy from the atmosphere, the people, all that, the build-up process to when you're going to perform. Now, when you start to get on stage,
It's a little different.
it's a
little
little
butterflies
different.
up in there.
You're a little different. Now you got to really stay poised. You don't want to exert too much energy, and that's why I don't jump and rap. I can't, no.
You can't.
Nope, can't do it. But I just, I kind of just maneuver the stage and talk and, hand gestures and things of that nature. Just get them, because what they're supposed to be doing is supposed to be listening.
Yeah.
At the same time, I don't want you to forget what
That's
you
my
just
biggest
saw.
thing. I want to listen.
Right.
I'm that lame person at the concert.
Right.
Like, can y'all shut up?
Yeah.
I'm
yeah,
trying to listen.
yeah,
Everybody's screaming.
Yeah. And now, even, for me, I don't like to have my lyrics over my performance. I like to just have it blank space so I can just rap every bar the way I need to. So when I'm
I like
on that mic,
that.
you hear me on the mic. You don't hear the lyrics.
Yeah, the voiceovers. And
That's not
you're
good.
real authentic. Like
Yeah.
that's how it is when I want
how
it.
it is,
Nah,
yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, that's how it's
That's
supposed
good.
to be. So I mean, yeah, I think that's what
Okay.
keeps me going.
So speaking of your performances, do you remember? All right, let me skip. I'm gonna skip that one. I'm getting in trouble. All right. Okay.
What's up? Go ahead.
So, okay, your new single, Ghetto Sunday.
Yeah.
Ghetto Sunday.
Yeah.
It's on all platforms, right?
All platforms.
All platforms. Y'all
All
can go get it. Go
platforms.
get it right
Go
there.
get it. Watch
Follow
the
him
video.
on IG, like I said, so you can
Yes.
post a video and whatever, and tag him in it, dancing to it, singing to it, whatever. Now, I do want to know,
Yeah.
what inspired that song?
The beat.
The beat.
Yeah, honestly. So
What did the
when
beat say to you then? Like for real, because I know it's like
it's for me, I listen to what the instruments are saying, like, and I select my words based upon the drum. You know what I mean? And the melody and the energy of the track itself. And so when I heard it, like I heard like a lady just like crying. Like that's what I kept hearing. You know what I mean? I heard like a lady crying, but she wasn't crying like out of fear or torment or torture. She was just crying like out of like she was embracing a broader energy, like a people. You know what I mean? That's what I kept hearing. And she kept saying guidance. And so I'm thinking guidance. I'm thinking like, oh, let me speak now. She's telling me to speak. And so the idea of a ghetto Sunday. I think it was on a Sunday actually. Sunday was Sunday, and I told myself like, man, I feel for people in the ghetto. You know what I mean? Like, so let me just put the two together and call it Ghetto Sunday. And then I started to select every word. Like the first word on there is like the only reason I hustle is for you to avoid a struggle. And I think I know everybody can relate to that because obviously you do what you do to provide for either yourself or for those left and right for you. Someone. You strive for something or someone, you know. Yeah, and that's how that came about. Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
That emoji with your mom. That's what it just did to my mind.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
emoji with
yeah.
your mom
I
blowing.
think yeah.
Okay.
So that's how Ghetto Sunday was created. Yeah.
All right, and all right, we're gonna wrap this interview up, y'all. I can't keep it no long. They
Yeah, she
snatching
can.
them
She
away
just
from
don't
me.
want to. I'm
No, I
kidding.
believe it. I want to. They snatching you away from me. They
Let's
snatching
go.
you away. But all right, tell everybody your social media again. It's been such a pleasure having
Thank
you
you.
here. for real.
Likewise. Thank
It
you.
has.
Thank you
You
for
are
having
so
me.
smart. You are wise.
Thank
you
you.
authentic at
Thank
that.
you.
You know what you want to do. You got your head on straight. And
Thank you.
I like that. Your path is clear.
I appreciate
it's
that.
clear.
And
I see
likewise.
you jumping over them hurdles
Yeah.
already.
Hopefully, I'll
So
not
you-
get to one of them.
Right, don't you ain't. You will get back up. You can get back up. You'll
I'll get back up. Yeah,
you
let's
will.
go.
You cool. Tell them your social media. Follow them on Instagram.
Yes, you can follow me on Instagram at hdx24_. Twitter, the same thing. Facebook, the same thing. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I already followed you before
Yeah,
you came here.
coolio. Yeah,
already
thank you. I'll
followed
follow you back. Yeah, follow her back.
Follow them back. Yeah, follow me too. I'm just
Yeah.
joking. You ain't gotta follow
Yeah.
me. But all right, it's been such a dope.
Thank you.
You are turned into the hottest college
Yes.
radio station.
Yes.
WLJZ 107.1.